Y'all want that? Y'all looking for that? Or what? Yo, we live on YouTube now, gang. You know how it is. We can't do those reactions on. All right, let's get into these 2 Your Son extra videos, boys.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin', y'all? Let's get into this. What's poppin', y'all?
Plague Boy Max and Plague Boy Max fans learned a very harsh lesson at the Grammys the other day, because Plague Boy Max was nominated for a Grammy for a track that he did with Fred again, the producer, and Skepta. And if I recall correctly, this track was made on stream. It turned into a hit song, and it was nominated for a Grammy. And this was just such a beautiful thing to see. I was rooting for Plague Boy Max to win. I really.
Let's take a second to just appreciate the new meta. Okay, Plague Boy Max was nominated for a Grammy. You guys know what that means? That means that the world of music, streaming, internet as a whole has all come together. This is what I've been saying for a minute now. The new meta is that the man working at the coffee shop making content, the gym person making content, the rapper making content, it doesn't matter what media you're making, whether it's music, films, or whatever, we're all on the same playing field now. We can all jump into each other's universes, and it's a blessing. Was he going to win? Obviously, we only would want him to win because it just keeps adding to being content creators. But let's figure out what really went down.
Wanted him to win because one of his biggest goals was to get a Grammy, and that just seemed so far away, considering the most successful artist that we've seen change from content creator to rapper was DDG, and DDG was not able to get a nomination like this. DDG's had, I don't even think, DDG had Moonwalking in Calabasas, which was a big hit. Would we say it's on the level of Fred again? Maybe not globally, not Fred again the artist, but this track, maybe not globally, but domestically within the US, for sure, Moonwalking in Calabasas was everywhere. And a bunch of people were kind of trying to come at Plague Boy Max, like the haters, for recording at the Grammys, but he was invited to do that. Like, they even sent him a care package the day before the Grammys, which I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
The Grammy, CBS, Recording Academy. Okay, fire. All right, what is this? Grammy Awards.
To get invited to go stream at the Grammys is
Don't forget
big.
to tag Grammys.
Don't be haters.
Okay. Wait, hold on, Grammys. Oh shit. Oh, what's this? Woo! Nominees. Wait, where's my name? Oh, they sent me some vintage Grammy. Fire. Cool.
A CD.
Right, what's this?
You can't even put that anywhere.
W Grammys. Holy smoke. Should I start writing in this chat?
Yeah, the Kai Cenat journal.
Grammy, but okay. They sent me a card. It's a black card. Oh, creator invited guest. I am a creator, and I'm streaming that bit tomorrow. Hold on.
The Grammy, mini Grammy, battery pack. What is that? Oh, the photo tank.
How does it?
Y'all niggas, the Grammy said, "Yo, come create content at the Grammys. Let us give you a little pixel camera, bro." What the fuck? These niggas disrespecting people, bro.
Yo, I thought this was the Grammy though.
So he was clearly excited for this, and then he would go on to post first streamer ever nominated for a Grammy. And of course, Soulja Boy would have to come out and say that he was the first streamer nominated back in 2008. And this is accurate because Soulja Boy was a streamer. He was on Ustream back in the day. I don't know if he was on Stick.
Yes. Just when you want to count my nigga Soulja Boy out, he comes back and always says he was the first one to do it. There's not many things Soulja wasn't the first at. Oh my God, Soulja Boy. Crazy.
If you know Stickam, you're an OG. But yeah, we used to have some guys on Stickam, freaking like just kicking it. And this is somewhat true, but if he said first streamer to have a song made on stream at the Grammys, Soulja Boy can't say that because he didn't make his Grammy nominated song on stream. I think that's what just makes this so much more special. And the identity of Plague Boy Max was a streamer before he was an artist. So that's why, like, Soulja Boy is technically right, but we know who's really the first. And in this case, it was Plague Boy Max. But as Plague Boy Max would learn while live streaming the Grammys, a lot of people were dubbing him, and it was a bit of a hard watch for some. So I'm gonna play you guys this first clip.
Wait, who is bro? Who is that?
Is that xCephasx?
What the hell? Wait, who is that? Do you know who that is? What'd you say? Yo,
Yeah, I told you, xCephasx.
I like y'all.
Wow.
Nah, bro. Why you just air my shit like that? Nigga, the mass swag. All right, come on, I'm ready.
So this was the French producer xCephasx, which, man, that guy's work with The Weeknd on My Dear Melancholy.
Gustavo Stein is crazy. That was Gustavo Stein, but that was what I was saying. I was like, is that Gustavo Stein?
Oh man, that's one of my favorite weekend projects. It is just like a little baby project, but I think this was post Selena Gomez. Man, that project hits different. You just it's got to hit you at the right time, let's just say, or you got to pull it out at the right time. So he just gets dubbed by this guy, and that's the nature of the game. However, this lady would pull up to him, and this one was arguably worse than the first, which I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
Oh, hey. Hi. I have Jamal and Jamal Roberts, American Idol, and John. Can we get a shot? Are you with the Grammys?
What'd you say?
Is this the Grammys camera?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
This is E.
No, this Blackboy Max.
Okay.
Stop humiliating my guy like that. Stop it.
I bet.
Stop doing that.
I bet.
Please stop doing
Told you
that.
I'm not. It's cool. You got work. This that motivation. Clip all this shit. It's cool. Give me a year.
So this lady coming up to him like, oh, are you with E? Are you with this? Are you with that? She's just naming every single outlet. He's like, nah, Blackboy Max. She's like, oh, okay. But this lady was very polite. She just didn't know who he was. She was trying to figure out because he had a cameraman with him clearly. So he looked like he was somebody with some sort of a media outlet. And these people know the traditional media outlets. And yeah, but it was, it's a little bit difficult. It's an awkward moment, but you just got to brush those off your shoulders. Now there's another moment where Blackboy Max shouts out to a big girl group. And yeah, I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Cat's eye.
Bro, the game is weird like that, man. Listen. First of all, to want to be a celebrity or to want to live in that world, it's not a real world, okay? That is not the real world. Trying to be a celebrity, trying to end up in the lights and the glitz and the glam, that's not reality, okay? It's a fraction of reality. It's a part of it. It's all fugazi. It's all bullshit. All of these things that these people are doing, they're so vapid. A lot of these sort of entertainers and like celebrity people, actors, whatever you want to call them, they're so vapid. They get their validation from outside sources, from the fans, from whatever, the people sort of catering to them. That's when they feel full, when other people outside of them validate themselves. So these people themselves, their insecurity levels are so high. And then on top of that, they then have to protect their sort of reputation and who they're being seen with, who they can sort of, because in this world, if you take a photo with somebody that nobody knows, that person now is going to get hounded. They're going to be figuring out who is this person, and that's an opportunity now for that person to take advantage of that and alley-oop themselves to where they want to go. So there's this whole sort of, you can't talk about things like this, you can't talk about that, you can't talk, you know what I mean? And a perfect example of that is one of my homegirls. She's making music out in LA, and she was at this party with Benny Blanco. And they were chatting Benny Blanco. She says that she's friends with Benny Blanco, whatever the fuck that means in LA. But I was like, you've talked to Benny for a while. Why don't you just tell Benny, like, yo, why don't you produce one of my next records or one of my next projects? And she's like, oh, no, I can't do that. And I can't. So I'm like, bro, how are you going to hang around with people that are in your industry and you can't just outright talk to them and be like, hey, we should work together on this next thing? No, it's all about optics. So it's like, bro, it's so stupid. It's so dumb.
Sorry. That's great. That's great.
So this was Cat's Eye, which is like a huge girl group that's very, very popular, and they dubbed him. However, what the haters of Blackboy Max are not showing is that Daniela Avanzini from Cat's Eye, from that group, she would reach out and follow Blackboy Max probably after seeing one of these clips after this incident. And a lot of people tried to portray it like Blackboy Max was just getting ignored the whole entire time, but that's not the case because he met up with Chris Brown. I'll play you guys that clip right now.
Yo, CB, what's good, buddy? Nice to meet you, man. Love, for sure, I'm with it. Damn, no cap, can't correct. Nah, straight swagging.
Clearly, Chris Brown is familiar with him. He's seen him before on his feed. Chris Brown's got kids, so his kids have probably shown him Blackboy Max as well because they're probably scrolling on TikTok or maybe even watching streams. So Chris Brown shows him some love, but of course, that's not going to get as much attention. And on top of that, he also linked up with Grammy nominee for that evening for Rap Album of the Year with God Does Like Ugly with JID. I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Huh? I'm blinded from? Nice to meet you, man.
Congratulations, sir.
I appreciate that, bro. You nominated for something?
Yeah.
Take it home, bro.
That's my lot of you. That's right.
Yeah. Can I get your information, bro? I would love to lock in with you, bro. That
Take my number. Yeah, nice to meet you, bro.
Of course, gang.
Officially, man.
Oh, I got you, bro.
I don't know what y'all are going to say.
Have you ever been
that.
on the stream before or something? You live right now, gang.
Damn, that's the first. I
don't know what y'all are going to say about that.
My number now because I'm nervous. L's in the chat.
L's in the chat. I said the JIDs. It was up.
Hell yeah, that's me, brother.
All right, say that. All right, bro. Nice to meet you, man. For sure.
I was almost on that song.
Word?
The one with Fred.
Victor, for real? Yeah, because they got Denzel on it. It's fire.
Yeah.
I'd love to do something with you, bro. I'll hit you, right? Safety.
So this was JID's first time on stream, and you could tell that JID was a little bit nervous. He's like,
the internet always wants to just look at the negative. They always want to just look at the negative. They don't ever want to give anybody their props, man. Come on.
Yo, I told myself I'd never do this. And Black Boy Max, he's out there. He's trying to like network. He's trying to get JID to do it in the booth, which would be sick. It would be incredible to see that happen. But he's out there shaking hands, kissing babies, if you want to call it that. Well, not really, because that would be the person that's the highlight there. It's usually like the president or the politician, which everyone knows in that scenario. But the day after, Black Boy Max, he would react to all of this situation. And I'm going to combine two of these different clips. And just, I'm going to play that for you guys right now.
I don't know if y'all saw the clip of me did like the store runner. They did me like one of them store runners at the studio. Boy, go get me some Welshes. Go get me some Arizona tea. Get me a charger. And there's nothing wrong with that. That lady didn't know me. She didn't know me. That's cool. You feel me? She didn't know who I was. This world has 7, 8, 10 billion people in it. Honestly, it might have 15. Because really think about it. Who the f lives in Antarctica? You're telling me there's that big ass land and nobody lived there? I don't care if it's negative 50 dicks. King, there gotta be people living there. And we're not even gonna get into that. My whole point is, there's mad people on this earth.
Crazy.
There's probably people on other planets, aliens. Never heard who the f is Black Boy Max. Who is that? Is that a dentist? He fixes people's teeth? Real shit though. Call me either Playboy Max or just be calling me.
This is wild. Black Boy's coming off of a lot of just like flack, especially after leaving Phase and all that sort of mental shit that happened to him. But there's a lot of mental health stuff that's going on right now in the streamer game, or it seems to be super taxing. Seems to be super taxing to sort of keep up with everything and make sure that the next stream is popping, the viewers are coming. I mean, it really shouldn't be that taxing, seeing as the majority of y'all be view botting. So I don't know what the taxation mentally comes from, but I can definitely tell you this: doing streaming is not as hard as working a 9-to-5 job, bro. That's where the true mental fatigue happens. When you're working a 9-to-5, you're grinding for somebody else's pockets, bro. That's where you just slowly turn into dust.
Black boy. Is his teeth up? Black boy. That's just how it goes. So what does that mean? Let's work harder so that the world know my name. Being in that room made me realize, bro, and sisters, I just need to work harder, bro. Work harder, fail harder, bro. Go up to people, feel me? Try to get that handshake, get W, cool. Wave at people. If they air you, cool. Work harder and fail harder. Because it's like, now it's showing me I need to work to get to a certain point. So at the end of the day, even if I get or whatever, what is that doing for me? I, as Black Boy Max, if I have 5 Billboard hits, everyone would want to with me. So let's get 5 Billboard hits. And not even off the strength of needing people to, off the strength of, let me just work on me. This is my dream. Let me just work on my dream. Because the other things that I want will be a byproduct of me achieving my dream.
I think Black Boy Max handled this great.
True.
He went out there. He didn't disrespect anybody. That's the thing. Like a lot of people that were trying to hate on him that are maybe just fans of certain artists that were nominated for the Grammys and they care about like this really mainstream stuff. They tried to throw Black Boy Max in the box with other people that are disrespectful. This guy was nothing but polite. He was nothing but professional. A bunch of people didn't know him.
Also, the crazy thing about Black Boy, he has to understand, is that he's already influenced the game, bro. Fivio Foreign, 5EO Foreign, he just recently, yes, he had that diss track to Black Boy Max, but he also just recently released a song where he's still crying about that situation about not being allowed to smoke in the Airbnb. He's still crying about that situation, still dissing Black Boy Max. It goes to show you that why is a rapper dissing a streamer? Because it goes to show you the person's influence. You wouldn't try to knock somebody down a peg that you were already above. So unfortunately, in Fivio Foreign's mind, the idea of Black Boy Max, he sees him as competition, or else he wouldn't be trying to take him out like that. So it just already goes to show you the influence that Black Boy has in the game. And he was the one to kick open the doors. Him and DDG were the ones to kick open the doors to allow people that are musicians to kick in the door and also want to be you can be a streamer and be a musician at the same time. And other musician peers will respect you. And you don't have to necessarily come from the streets. You can be an internet content creator and other musicians will want to work with you.
Which is to be expected. Of course, they're not going to know you. And then his reaction to this now, the part where he talks about there's 8-10 billion people, I think that's funny. Like, throw a little conspiracy theory in there. That's entertaining. But when he talks about like, yo, we just got to get 5 Billboard hits, that's the same thing when people weren't taking him seriously with music. When he just had the pink dreads that started to go up and people were like, this guy's like a Twitch streamer artist. He was like, okay, just watch. I'm gonna get nominated for Grammy. When he said Grammy, when he first said that he had a list of a bunch of goals, I was like, this guy's tripping. I didn't say it outright, where I was like, oh, he's never getting a Grammy now. I'm not that type to doubt, but in my head, I was like, Grammy, that seems like it's way out of reach. And then what happens? He gets a hit song, and of course, it's not a solo song, right? It's not just him, but regardless, that is a huge, huge accomplishment. And he went and got that and proved a bunch of people wrong. A bunch of people didn't think that he was going to have the success that he had on that track, even if it was a big collaboration, because he's had big collaborations. He's had a song with Wiz Khalifa. Now, Fred again is a different beast because like that guy's got crazy motion. But it just motivates him even more. And Plague Boy Max is one of the biggest streamers in the game. So the fact that he's still willing to go out there, put himself in a position where he's uncomfortable and people can make fun of him, they can clown him, they can say, oh, nobody knows who you are. And he's still taking it on the chin, coming back the next day and humbling himself, like not showing ego, like, yo, I just got to keep working harder.
Yeah, that's the whole game right now, bro. Is no matter what's going on and what level you're at, just always think about doing more, adding to the sauce, adding to the pot, and just continue stirring and just cooking and chefing whatever it is that you're doing, because most of the time, most people don't know who you are. I mean, it's like, even if you look at somebody like a Chris Brown who's got 142 million subscribers or followers on Instagram, there's still, I'm sure, people out there that don't know who Chris Brown is. And regardless of his fame, there's still people out there that wouldn't want to work with Chris Brown. So it doesn't really matter what level you're at. Sure, a lot of things are more accessible when you're up higher, but still, there's still going to be somebody out there who's going to throw shade at you. So it doesn't matter what level you're at. You always have to be content with what you're doing and the ecosystem and world that you or yourself are building. Because at the end of the day, fuck everybody else, bro. Fuck everybody else. You got to make sure that what you're doing is so insular and so good that it just attracts the right people that are going to want to work with you anyway. Because birds of a feather flock together, as cliche as that sounds, is the right people that are matching your energy and your frequency. Those are the ones that are going to want to work with you. You know what I mean? End of the day, that's it. End of the day, that's it. End of the day, that's the true realities of it. Let's see what this man's Jay-Z is saying. I don't know what y'all have been doing with this nigga Jay-Z. Apparently he had like a diss song that was supposed to come out, blah, 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 blah. Jay-Z diss record. It's like, who's more relevant, Jay-Z or Plague Boy Max? Somebody tell me right now. Who's more relevant, Jay-Z or Plague Boy Max?
Me and Tupac was about to get into it, and he passed away. He's selling 5 mil, Hov, I'm telling you. Black men who are all fighting to be the best in the world.
At one point, they was talking that y'all want to form the super group. That was Herb's brainchild. Was that one situation where his ambition kind of got the best of him?
No, I don't think that was Herb. I wouldn't put that on Herb. I think it was just three guys at a certain point with 3 independent labels of black men who were all fighting to be the best in the world. I think it was everyone's ambition, everyone's ego. I actually think I came with the tag 9 from It's Murder too, because that song predated Murder Inc. The song that I made is Murder, Dead or Alive, it's Murder.
It's murder, dead or alive, it's murder, dead or alive.
I'm not sure. Is it, you got to do your research on that, but I think that song predates the label. That record is Murdered. I'm talking about was a Tupac diss, because me and Tupac was about to get into it, and he passed away, and I pulled away from all those records. Obviously, I think it's still leaked out, but I pulled away from that out of respect for,
Interesting. There was going to be a Jay-Z and Tupac diss record. That would have been crazy, dude. But at that time, it wasn't really in anyone's incentive to be throwing out diss records, bro. The East-West beef was already a diss record in itself to the whole genre of rap music, And also a diss to just black culture as a whole. It's just another one of the situations where somebody on the outside can be like, look at these black people fighting amongst each other once again. You know what I mean? So it's just something that we kind of had to clear up as a culture as a whole, because it just looks bad to see us interfighting with one another as the higher ups would want us to.
So, but the 2 records with John X, It's Murder Graham and It's Murder. What could you tell us about making those records and how those came together?
When we first started making music, Ja was just happy to be in the room at the time. He hadn't become the Ja Rule that we all come to know and love. And me and X had like a thing, because we had like a battle in the Bronx in like a pool hall. So X always had a thing. He loved me to death, but he was always super competitive with me, and I was super competitive at that time as well. And so we always had a thing. We always was trying to which was good. It was healthy competition for the.
First of all, that battle in the pool hall is a legendary video, bro. Legendary to the point where I'm even have to do a side thing here like this. We're gonna have to side ting this and go like this. Let's go. What is it? Let's do this. Jay-Z, DMX, cool. Wow, see? See? Legendary, bro.
Fuck what they all say. Niggas can't stop me with rumors. I'm strong all day. Socks blowing. Sweatpants pockets bulging. Holding it down on the corner of my block posing. My spot rolling. Drop the price of the coaching. Throw the competition out. Let the dough flow in. Cops is closing in. I can do the time.
Yo, bro, this is a classic video. Classic, bro. Classic. And if any of y'all really are into like 90s hip hop like that, I'm not like a boom bap guy, but in terms of just like the lore and the sort of the culture, this is legendary.
What's really on my mind ain't no holes in the pants. I play the low end, try to make it hard to find me. The best still trying to build the case since 93.
Let DMX slide on this. I gotta be careful with YouTube. YouTube's trying to, they IDing everybody, bro.
Hey, that's just how it is. When my time is up, I'm gonna be out with them and try to live. I mean, day by day, ain't nothing sweet about it. Act like you don't know what I'm saying? You read about it. You off like an armadillo, smother your ass, two through the pillow. My shit is brilliant. Manic depressive in my head hurts. No, give me your dough and your hoe in here. Take these phone. Hot things, I got things that make niggas spin. Put niggas in the wind where you never see niggas again. I bless a nigga with stitches with thin tight. And a straight razor will put pinstripes across your windpipe.
Ooh, stop playing with me, dog. Stop playing with me. Let's finish this Jay-Z video.
For the most part. For the most part, it was just healthy, us trying to be the best on these songs. And, Ja was there based on the relationship with Herb. It wasn't like we knew him to be this great rapper or anything. Like, just being honest, It was just the belief and love that we both had for Herb. I remember Herb telling me about DMX. It couldn't have been London, but it was somewhere. And he was like, this guy's gonna sell 5 million. And I was like, how? Not that I was hating on him. That's that it's like any rapper or anybody that is new to the game. You just come in the game and sell 5 million. And you've done something extraordinary that not many people do. So me saying that was just a logical answer to an illogical question at the time, or illogical statement at the time. He's selling 5 mil, Hope, I'm telling you. And I was like, all right. And he did it. And then dropped another one the same year. So again, Irv has that sort of vision and that will to make that happen. At his best, he's amazing at that.
Facts. Big ups to Irv Gotti, big ups to Jay-Z. Big ups, yacht. Big up, yacht. Big up the yacht. Michael J. Payton. Okay, Michael. Thank you for that video. Thank you for allowing us to go back into the lore of hip-hop. The lore. You guys know about the lore? What else we got here? Kai Cenat. What has Kai Cenat been up to, guys?
Oh.
What's popping, y'all? We got these Hello You Sound videos. They popping. That's what's popping. You know what I mean?
What's popping, y'all? The more that keeps coming out about this Kai Cenat rollout for his clothing design, the more, I wouldn't say I get rubbed the wrong way, but the more I'm like, come on, man, you're doing too much now. And we're going to work backwards. So the most recent part of this is this video clip that I'm going to play for you guys right now.
First of all, come on, man. Like, I understand the idea of wanting to do something that you suck at and have that humble effect to get better at it, but bro, do you know how long it takes to be like, I'm talking top level at sewing things? If you just want to mishmash and piece things together, that's cool. But like, if you're going to be a creative director, fam, you don't need to know how to sew. Being a creative director is about your ideas. Why is man's wasting time trying to learn a skill that he doesn't need to? Just learn the skill of leadership and putting teams together to be able to execute on your vision. You don't need to know how to sew. So I don't even know what's going on right now, but I understand what your son is talking about. This is rubbing me a weird way. Pause. Excuse me? This is hella performative, bro. A lot of the stuff that the man is going to be making is not going to be the stuff that anyone is wearing, bro. The lines, the seams, the attention to the sort of the stitching and everything. He's not going to be the person sewing every single garment. So I don't know what this is. What is this video, dude? I'm just as stressed out as he is. But I'm also not literally hating like that. I'm just telling you that, like, yo, for the most part, it's just, it takes time to be able to really do this. Okay, you're showing us the sort of behind the scenes of the struggle making it out of the mud. I get it. But if we're going to take into any consideration his skill sets, first of all, the hood on this thing he's wearing, this Guadalupe fucking hoodie he's got on, it's not even finished. It's not even finished. He should have plied the seams, the ends here, and then sewed it. You know what I mean? Like, bro, come on.
This is break.
So as you guys just saw, this is xCephasx messing with a sewing machine that broke. And this whole thing is for him releasing his clothing brand, Vive, I don't even know what it is, or how it's pronounced. But I said, and I quoted this tweet right before, you ever just tweet something before bed, knock out, and I wake up and this thing like turned into a banger, which is surprising. But I said, this is exactly what performative looks like.
Bro,
and performative is one of my...
I just said that, dude. I was like, bro, why are you doing this? You don't need to show us this. Like, Virgil wasn't doing this. Pharrell's not doing this. Pharrell's not sewing anything, dude. And if they are doing it, it's for the love of the game.
My favorite words that has, gotten into the like popular lexicon of the past year. And I want to make a clear distinction between performative and LARP, because so LARP is like live action role playing. So LARP is a performance, but performative is not necessarily LARP. And here's the difference. So LARP is like, let's say somebody is dressing up as like a gangster, right? And playing this role. However, they are not that. They're not even close to that. Or another example of LARP is these guys that just hold these guns, like kind of like you see these conservatives and they're like, yeah, we're protecting our whatever country. Meanwhile, man, a drone comes upside your head. It's a wrap. So that's kind of or people that get into like this military training, but they were never in the army or military or anything. Like that's a LARP. Performative is what xCephasx is putting on. And I do kind of like performative in what xCephasx is doing, because I think it started off authentic. Because first, this is the clip that I'm going to play for you guys right now, is the reading clip.
Honestly, the reason why I started reading was because I didn't like the way I spoke. To be honest, I wanted to articulate myself better, and I noticed when I got into arguments and I had to get a point across, people were not taking me serious at all at serious moments, and I would have anxiety build up, and I would start over my words and I not know what happened. So hopefully me reading, and I also have been writing as well, helps improve the way I articulate myself. Also, another reason why I want to read more, because I feel like as I am making my venture into clothing, I feel like when people have to ask me questions about the garments that I end up releasing, I should be able to articulate myself perfectly and explain what is going on and my thought process behind each garment and the inspiration. So yeah, that's really why. I don't know if it's going to work. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
So here, I think this was true for xCephasx, and I do think this is why he started reading. And this is also something that Aiden Ross suffered from, not the lack of reading, but being taken seriously for different reasons. Like a lot of the time,
there's nothing wrong with reading. Reading and writing it's not a bad thing. It's important to be able to articulate yourself in a manner that makes sense. You have to be able to have the proper vernacular to be able to explain whatever it is that you're doing, whatever medium you're in. Each medium has a specific jargon in which people speak, a specific vernacular. You understand? I get like a lot of times coming up, like I got in a lot, like people give me a lot of flack for being able to speak well. You know what I mean? I come from a place where there's not a lot of colored people. So whenever anybody that of like color is there, they expect you to sort of behave like you're some sort of BET avatar. And I was never somebody to move around like that. I was always somebody who I can speak well, I can articulate my ideas properly, and sometimes too much to the point where I just want to hammer this idea home into that person's mind. Pause. You know what I mean? But you have to be able to speak the way you have to speak it in any sort of corporate setting. There's always a different sort of way you maneuver. Obviously, you can sort of chameleon, and when you're with the homies, you speak a certain way. But when you're amongst the white people, well, unfortunately, you got to speak just like them so they can understand you.
If you guys recall several years ago when Aiden Ross would get upset, even now, if he gets angry, people can't tell and they don't take him seriously when he's angry, which I think has caused Aiden Ross some frustrations. But Aiden Ross is just so powerful now that he can make stuff happen. And Sneeko would react to xCephasx reading in this clip. And this is where I'm starting to talk about this being performative.
I love this, man. I love xCephasx. I love this. Because he was getting a backlash. We talked about the book a couple weeks ago before we got this video. Not only did he not respond because he didn't care because he was really doing it for himself, but they were calling it performative. They were saying he was doing this for approval. They were saying that this is all a grift and it was a lie. He is trying to elevate himself. He's trying to ascend. And you can see here, that has nothing to do with performance. He was doing this to try to be better for the right reasons. And specifically, people are going to get upset. The pushback was from the black community, saying it's performative, saying he's trying to get acceptance. Black people were...
Right, this is also what I was saying, bro. Like, the people that not... Sure, white people can say, oh, I'm whitewashed because I can speak properly. But the people that I have found in the sort of in my life in general, the people that I found that give me the most amount of pushback is Black people. I don't dress like them. I don't like to sort of behave like them. I don't like to speak necessarily like them. You know what I mean? Like I'm more than ever I've accepted that I'm a nerd, but then sometimes I like to be like, oh, I'm a street nigga, but I don't know about that life. I never came from the streets. I don't know what it's like to come up like that. I'm a middle class suburban dude. I ain't never lived a life like that. So the way I like to speak and the way I like to do things, a lot of Black people will be like, oh, you ain't like us. You don't speak like us. It's like, bro, how is it performative to want to learn and to ascend and to get out of this situation of speaking Ebonics? But this is what I'm saying. Crab in the bucket situation, bro. They don't want you to be able to do things better than them. You have to be able to stay at this level, and that is ridiculous.
Saying, oh man, look at him. Why don't he wear this shit? Obviously, Rakai's not representative of the whole Black community, but a lot of people in the Black community were saying, look at him trying to tear down. And I think that shows a real problem in the Black community that people do not address. A lot of the problems,
This is the thing that is a problem in the Black community is that their power has been taken away from them. They believe that if you're trying to be smart, if you're trying to be educated and whatever the case might be, they believe that, oh, you're trying to be better than us. How am I trying to be? Yeah, I mean, the idea of being a dumb African American has been so implemented into the society that they don't even understand that there's like a societal cap on them that society has put on them. Let's keep them at this low level. Let's poach their talented people and use them for our own entertainment. But they're just always going to stay like this. And it's not even something where we have to reinforce. We'll just we'll implement it into the system, into the society, and they will fight amongst themselves and they will keep themselves at this low level because they will deem it then as cool. I'm telling you, bro, you really got to think about the mind game.
What's preventing from ascending is from within. People saying, oh, you talk white now. Why are you trying to talk white? Why are you trying to read these books?
See?
Why are you doing all that shit reading?
The idea of speaking properly, now you're white.
Go to the club. Go to the club. It's not encouraged. It's not encouraged because they tear you down and say you're not part of the culture anymore. So for him to ignore that and speak properly, even though people are going to say he's speaking white, it shows a real sense of wanting to improve. And I love to see that. It's going to inspire a lot of people.
So here, yeah, there's documenting, but there's also like, dog, are you really going to be stuttering and looking up words on a video? What are we doing here? And the discovery of this channel, Kai's Mind, is the performance. So, oh, dude, did you guys know that Kai Cenat, he's been secretly recording and uploading vlogs on this second channel that nobody knows about? And somehow every single page posts about it on the same day. I'll tell you what happened. One of the people on Kai Cenat's team, they said, oh, yo, this is Kai's channel. One page posts it. Everyone else posts it because he's just such a famous figure. And then it spreads and people are like, oh, damn, dude, he's been, in the cut working on this thing. Meanwhile, it's part of the rollout. The rollout and the performance is like, hey, guys, this is what I'm doing. And he's trying to, it's not force it.
First of all, the page is verified also. Let's not underrate that.
And I do think it's a little bit of, there's some genius to it because it's a mix of actual improvements that he's making, but also tied into a script. So it's like loosely scripted. I wouldn't necessarily call it improv, but the fact that he's sewing is really what irritated me. Like there's another clip that I'm going to play for you guys where he's just walking into some fashion show. So here I was looking at this like, yo, this feels like the fashion version of Doechii. And a bunch of people didn't get what I meant. And frankly, I don't really care. Like this ended up banging on X. And I'm not going to sit there and explain myself to random.
Listen, I think when it really comes down to it, I think you can go ahead and you can do something where you're just doing it. I don't have a problem with the rollout. If he wanted to have his little secret channel where he's doing vlogs and it's like this sort of undercover thing, but then now the channel has over 500,000 subscribers on it and it has the check mark. So it's not really hidden. But you know what I mean? It's not really hidden like that, but it's still part of the what seems to be a secret thing I'm doing. Look at me doing my thing. I have no problem with him doing his thing. Do your thing. Ascend, increase your vocabulary, become a better individual. You know what I mean? A lot of people are going to hate on him, but I think trying to have every sort of moment sort of, oh, this is me doing it, and then it needs to be part of a news cycle. I think that's just the attachment of the name, but I think if you're really going to do something like this, you just do it. If you look at how Virgil just did the fashion stuff, they just did it. Ye, when he's doing the fashion stuff, he just did it. It wasn't until, especially when he was trying to learn how to do it, it wasn't something that was under a microscope. It's only after when he came out with the full Yeezy season collection, season 1, then it sort of had this sort of presentation to it and this sort of like, the camera aspect. But when he was trying to learn how to really maneuver the fashion world, that wasn't on blast like that. He just was like, I'm going to do this low key until I actually get good at it. Then I can sort of have the cameras around to sort of show the whole process. But I'm not hating on Kai, bro. I think as anybody entering into any sort of new medium, you got to humble yourself, and it's good to show the process because as fans, we enjoy that. We enjoy it. Let's what's more popping? Kai Cenat, Blackboy Max. I think Kai Cenat is probably more popping than Ting, you know? What is this? Twitch's most psycho streamer. A factory reset it. Let's see. Leave that in there. Sure, let's do this. Twitch streamer.
Man, another day.
Oh, this is a 15-minute video. I don't know about that. Where's my phone? All right, let's get into this, I guess. Let's jump into this.
Another Twitch controversy. I swear there's been so many Twitch controversies to kick off this year. First off, we had the Marvel Rivals Hernie situation, which I didn't really make a video about, but I did get to that on my second channel, Cameron Live. Make sure to go check it out over there. We had Lakari getting exposed for having some very, very, very disgusting and weird files on his computer. And now we have a streamer who beat her dog live. And they're calling this woman Hassan 2.0, which pretty sure we all remember late last year, the dude was shocking his dog like he was Raiden from Mortal Kombat. The dog couldn't even move without getting shocked. And that was like a whole controversy. But now we have a woman putting Street Fighter combos on her dog. Now I'm going to say this right now. If you're sensitive to animal abuse, click off the video right now. But if not, then continue to watch. Now, if you're wondering who is this streamer and why did she beat her dog, this streamer is Aspen Cartier, who's actually a rapper, but I guess streaming is just a hobby for her. She saw the wave of every other person streaming and decided to hop on, which this was not a good idea for her. And I'm going to be so honest, she's not going to be a rapper for much longer, considering her raps aren't even really that good. I mean, I think she's got to get that CDL sometime soon.
They say, do you want to be rich? I do. So they say, stop housing out. I don't know.
Yeah, nah, that joke is trash. Get that out of my ears, please. Now, the reason why Aspen decided to beat her dog to a pulp on stream is because the dog got out of its cage. And I'm assuming the dog kept getting on her nerves and she got really, really annoyed. So she put the dog in the cage and the dog got out the cage and that made her end up beating up the dog. And I say I assume this because she has been banned on Twitch and I can't really go back to look at the VOD and I don't see any clips online of it. But I find this so wild because why would you even get a dog if you're going to get so annoyed that you beat your dog? Like, you have to control your temper if you have an animal. Sometimes animals do some annoying things, but that doesn't give you the right to just beat up your dog and start punching it. And when you're hearing this, you're probably thinking like this dog is some huge dog or something like that can just overpower her. No, this is just a small little purse dog. This dog is probably smaller than my freaking hand. And she's over here beating this dog because it got out of its cage. But enough blabber. I feel like I'm not doing it justice. Like, you guys have to see this clip for yourselves. And I'm going to say this right now. Warning. It is very disturbing.
I think we finna end stream out because this motherfucking dog, like, goddamn. I'm not going to be on social media until February 1st, so.
Excuse me?
How you got a cage?
Gosh, that was disturbing. And I feel like the worst part about this clip is just the dog squealing in pain because of how hard she's hitting it. Like, that clip is just so hard to watch. And this woman needs to be locked up. Now, like I said, after this, she got banned on Twitch, which rightfully so. I mean, she's over here putting Mortal Kombat combos on her dog.
And the only place she's going to be able to stream now is on Rumble, bro. Literally. Get ready to rumble. Yo, this is out of hand, dog. This is out of hand. This is really out of hand. Listen, guys. Let's not do that. Let's not beat the animals. Beating animals is bad. It makes you feel bad. You feel bad in your heart. You feel bad in your body. You start to regret your life decisions, and then you look at your poor little friend and you see them like, why would I hit you like that? Now I feel stinky inside. My whole body feels like it's melting from the inside out. Why did I put hands on you? That doesn't feel right. It's not good. It's not good to beat the animal. Leave the animal alone. If you want to punish it, you eat it. Oh, sorry. Sorry. That was a joke. Let's go.
Hoping that this is a permanent ban, but you know, Twitch can be wishy-washy with the ban, so we don't really know. I assume it will be because this woman seems like the type to do something like this again if she was unbanned to prove a point, which sounds so crazy, but I feel like that's coming. If she were to get unbanned, she's gonna have a beating dog stream. She's probably gonna have a sub goal to like light it on fire or something. And while there are numerous people who get banned for stupid things, then come back even stupider on Twitch, I think Twitch should permaban her, but we'll see. I don't think Twitch wants another animal abuser on the app. I mean, they already got Hassan. They let him off the hook, but this is even worse. Now, after this clip went viral and she got banned on Twitch, Aspen decided to go live on TikTok to address the situation, and honestly, it just made things even worse. Instead of actually acknowledging people's concerns or centering the dog's safety, she brushed it off and suggested that the dog was basically just overreacting, downplaying how bad the audio from the stream sounded when we could all hear it. That dog was screeching for help. This woman was hitting the dog with Tekken combos. Like, I swear this woman just did a death roll. You know the King death roll? This woman was hitting that. Yet she thinks the dog was overreacting. That dog—
Bro, stop!
is like a maximum of like 10 pounds. That's a max. And she's over here throwing it around, punching it. Like, this woman is disgusting, man. And the craziest part was that in this so-called apology that she did on this live, the dog clearly didn't want to be held. It's literally pulling away and visibly uncomfortable. And you can see that the dog isn't calm or anything. And me personally, I feel like that just completely contradicts her attempt to minimize what happened. Like, it seems like her beating the dog is clearly a normal thing, and the dog—
You're not, this lady brought the dog on stream to then apologize with it, and she's grabbing it by the scruff. Grabbing it by the scruff. Yo, you gotta get in this video with me. No choice. You ain't got no choice in the matter. You ain't got nothing to say about it. Get over here. Get in this video. Let's apologize together. Yo, this is crazy. This
feels
is
uneasy
crazy.
around her.
Why you beat the damn dog? I didn't beat the fucking dog.
What do you
if
mean?
I beat the dog, please though. Is you beat?
What did you do to the dog then if you didn't beat the dog? I know the clip just started.
That's such a cute dog too, bro. That's, oh my god. That's such a cute dog. Oh Lord.
And everything. I just paused. I'm sorry about that. But what did you do? What was all that screaming? Was the dog just putting out like an atomic shit? Was the dog pooping so hard that it just had to screech after you got annoyed because it got out of its cage? Is that why? Or did you beat the dog? Because to me, it sounds like you're beating the dog.
Say I over-exaggeration. Say I'm really small and I over-exaggerate. Say it. Say it.
The dog is so uncomfortable. It's trying to get out of her arms.
That nigga
The dog
wanted
is trying to tell us something. He's trying to tell us that this woman beats me every single day. Get me out of here. Save me, PETA.
But he's traumatized. He's not fucking traumatized.
That's not very convincing. You're saying the dog's traumatized? He's not fucking traumatized. He's not traumatized. Chill. If he's not traumatized, like, I mean,
yeah, why you gotta
this woman is a
get
huge
active?
crash out.
My next stream, shit, according to fucking Twitch, my next stream not till March 15th, but it's cool though, because that mean I got a month to be on my YouTube.
If Twitch is just banning her until March 15th, that is stupid, because I promise you this woman will come back and do the exact same thing. I will put money on it. I put this whole channel on it.
Yeah, so since I'm not gonna be live on Twitch, I'm gonna be live on YouTube. Or I can switch to Kick. Well, I be seeing why everybody be on Kick, because Kick give you a partner, bro. It's like these people that's gonna call you, and they're gonna be like, yeah, you switch over to Kick, da 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 da. We'll get you verified same day, da 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 da, like shit like that. So would y'all rather me go to YouTube or Kick?
And what I find so crazy about this is,
At this point, I could give two fucks. At this point, I could care less. Like, you're out here beating dogs and like what? Excuse me?
is that she's planning her next stream. Like, anyways, we're gonna be gaming next week, when it's like, dude, you literally just beat your dog on stream. We can't just skip past that. Like, this woman somehow can't see how she's in the wrong with this. I know there's some super villains on Kick, but I promise they do not want you, man. Funny enough, Aiden Ross actually came out pretty much saying that he's giving her the black ball from Kick. She's not coming over there.
If you guys can find her Kick, let me know, please. I'm gonna make sure that it gets taken down instantly, bro. This bitch does not deserve a platform. She shouldn't deserve to stream on anything. She's horrible. Guys, Twitch enables that.
And as much as I really don't like Aiden Ross, I think he does a lot of dumb things and says a lot of dumb things, which I've sort of covered on my reaction channel, Cameron Live. Make sure to go sub up over there. But this is an extremely rare Aiden W. Like, this woman doesn't deserve to go to anywhere but jail after this. She even tried to post on her story afterwards, acting like the dog was fine, and mid-video, the dog squealed, essentially telling her to shut that shit up once again.
Tell them that you're fine. Tell them right now. I'm not playing. Tell them. Tell them. You're fine and you're for sale.
Oh God, he needs some milk. This dog does not want the no, I can't. This dog is way too cute. He does not deserve an owner like this. I can't deal. Like, y'all are disgusting. Every single aspect of you guys on this internet shit are disgusting right now, bro. This is yucky. Yucky. I don't like it. I don't like this. Why? Why was this our video of choice today? Huh? This is our video of choice? This is what we're getting into right now? I don't like that. It's gross. I don't like that at all. I don't like that one bit. They factory reset Kanye West. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Well, I mean, he did come out with all those, you know what I mean? Ye did come out with all those little allegations saying, sorry, I'm sorry. Kiss
Past
the
2 years,
wall.
Kanye West convinced the world he was the one man Hollywood couldn't silence. He sold us the image of a prophet, a man too real for the industry. But in January 2026, the revolutionary stopped fighting and started copping pleas. Suddenly, the truth he was willing to lose $1 billion for,
The revolutionary stopped fighting. Instead of copping, please.
has been rebranded as a mental breakdown. He's now blaming a 20-year-old car accident for the very words he claimed were God's plan. But as he attempts to scrub his record and get back into the good graces of the elite, we have to ask, was he ever actually a
As
soldier
he-
against the
this
system?
is an AI
Or was that
voice?
just what he wanted the world to believe?
Black mirror me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't want my family calm down shit right now, bro. Because guess what? These Yeezys gonna sell.
Control, you know what I'm saying? They control Shaq, they can control Charles Barkley, they can control LeBron James, they control Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they can control me. You see,
They can. Okay, listen. When it comes down to all this, let's put on our conspiracy glasses, guys. Bam, 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 bam. Listen, when it comes down to all this, all I can say is this: you can start it. You can start the idea. You can start the mission that, oh, there's people out there trying to stop us from doing this, doing that. They're trying to control us. They're, you know what I mean? There's turning the frogs gay. You could start that conversation, right? Oh, these are the ones that are in control. Stop them. Blah. Right. You can start that, but you can't finish that. Like, you can start the idea in the conversation and get it going, but at a certain point, everybody shuts up because you have no choice. You're not going to run this the way you think you're going to run this, because those people that you're complaining about, they're the ones that are going to stop you, bro. There's many people that this has happened to, that it's all just come to a hush. If you're going to be a freedom fighter and you think you're just going to freedom fight your way to the top and bring all the low consciousness people up to a higher level of consciousness and they're going to overthrow the elites, you're wrong. They're going to off you before any movement starts happening, bro. And that goes to anybody, okay? That goes for anybody. You're not going to just keep running your mouth, bro. They don't like that. You know what I mean? They don't play that. So don't think he was going to be out here just running his mouth forever, bro. This is the end of it. This is when they already stood him up behind the thing. They said, yo, come here for a second. 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 Yo, that shit that you're doing right now? Yeah. Yo, the shit that you're doing right now? You're just yapping, you're talking, you're trying to expose us, fam? That's going to stop. That's going to stop right now. That's not going to keep. We're not going to have that. We're not having that. We're not having that. Ain't happening. Sorry. Shh, stop. Whatever you think we did, you were a billionaire. Now you're not. Whatever you think that loss was, you think that was a slight loss? Just keep yapping. You're going to see loss, youth. Keep yapping, you lossy. You're going to see fucking blood, youth. That's what they told him, bro.
This Kanye is apologizing today for, in his words, reckless behavior. He took out this full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal. Yeah, he did, titled, "To Those I've Hurt."
This isn't the first time Kanye is apologizing for his wild remarks. At this point, it's a part of the Ye rollout. Every album cycle follows the same blueprint. Shock the world, disappear into the shadows, and resurface with a mental health plea just as the album is announced. While Kanye apologizing for his marketing stunts, breakdowns, has become expected, this recent apology wasn't like any of the others. It wasn't a leaked text or an interview clip of him ranting. Kanye got a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal. This choice of medium tells you everything you need to know about the target audience. This time, Kanye wasn't talking to his fans. He was talking to the banks, the distributors, and the CEOs who took everything away from him. In this letter, Ye points back to the year 2002, the moment his jaw was shattered in a near-fatal car accident. He's claiming the same accident left a deeper injury inside of his skull, an undiagnosed frontal lobe fracture that he says explains his spiral into anti-Semitism and extremist rhetoric. The letter read,
"That's what I was saying in the previous video. You think a car accident is what's responsible for becoming racist? Like what, it grows in your brain like a tumor thing? Racist tumor thing?
To those I've hurt, 25 years ago, I was in a car accident that broke my jaw and caused injuries to the right frontal lobe of my brain. At the time, the focus was on the visible damage, the fracture, the swelling, and the immediate physical trauma. The deeper injury, the one inside my skull, went unnoticed. Comprehensive scans were not done, neurological exams were limited, and the possibility of a frontal lobe injury was never raised. It wasn't properly diagnosed until 2023. That medical oversight caused serious damage to my mental health and led to my bipolar type 1 diagnosis. Bipolar disorder comes with its own defense system, denial. When you're manic, you don't think you're sick. You think everyone else is overreacting. You feel like you're seeing the world more clearly than ever, when in reality, you're losing your grip entirely. Once people label you as crazy, you feel as if you cannot contribute anything meaningful to the world. It's easy for people to joke and laugh it off, when in fact, this is very serious. Debilitating disease.
Excuse me, bro. Listen, man. Bro, get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Step away. Step back. All right? You're not going to hit this jump shot, bro. Step back. Stop it. Anybody, like, you know what I mean? You'd have to be delusional to believe this. And if the Wells Fargo's people and, you know, the people out there, the Mossad agents, or whatever the case, if y'all are going to believe this, go ahead. Sure, fine. Allow it to happen. Listen, it's not my problem. I'm just here giving you some sort of insight. I'm just letting y'all know that you can only start the battle. If you go till the end of the battle, you want to see the end. The end of the battle is you're sitting in a coffin, bro, because these niggas don't play. These niggas do not play, all right? That's all we can really say about this, bro, because, listen, I ain't trying to mess with these niggas. I ain't trying to mess with these niggas. The hundreds of thousands of dollars that I have in my account, I need them. And my family needs them. So let's not play that game, okay? Let's get down to Mr. Playboy Cardi. Apparently, Playboy Cardi is entering a new era. Something like that. Something like that.
As we are in a new year, 2026 is already super active this year, teasing new music, having music recorded this year already leaking, as well as entering a new era now that the music era is over, potentially for his next album debut, Boy. In this video, let's take a look at the current state of Cardi's career and everything that we can expect from him in 2026. And now Cardi these past few months, in terms of overall fan love and fan trust, has again reached a all-time low. Now this would of course be from the Whole Lotta Red Deluxe, which I still can't get over, even though it's been over a month, but we actually would get info and confirmation that the label did play a part into it not dropping, which man, again, might have been the biggest fumble ever, because imagine how much bread Cardi could have made off of dropping Grills that the fans have been feeding for. But man, that's besides the point. This month for hip hop, also man, in general.
Hey yo, the label said you can't drop WLR Deluxe? Man, Interscope really be blocking.
And ASAP Rocky would also drop his album, and we would get a song that Cardi was supposed to be on, that being called Helicopter. Before ASAP Rocky did drop Don't Be Dumb, the song Helicopter with Cardi's verse would get leaked. And I do feel like this song did get leaked on purpose, just so Rocky would know if fans fuck with the version with Cardi or without Cardi. But yeah man, that Cardi verse, bro, was if this is the new sound that Cardi is going for whatever album he is dropping, bro, yeah man, I don't know about that, Cardi. And speaking of that, bro, speaking of Cardi's new sound, Andrew,
but that's what we all say at the start of anything that Cardi drops. The new, when Met came out, we were all saying the same thing, bro.
When it comes to his new music, obviously since Cardi did introduce his D voice in 2021 with Mr. Miyagi and Mansion Music, it did get very good feedback from fans, bro. I remember when Cardi first did debut this D voice on Dean by Travis, bro.
You heard about that?
Everyone was going crazy, and that was such a peak moment in the Cardi community. I don't know if it's just me, but 2023 and anything before that, bro, D-Voice Cardi was so much better, bro. It's for example, the Cave era, where Cardi made songs like Pop Out, Doctor. It was just so experimental and just so industrial, and it was just so fucking different. And even songs like Killers, bro, that song is the perfect definition of peak D-Voice Cardi. But fast forward to this year, I don't think I've ever seen so many fans hate on the D-Voice, bro. A lot of people are saying that this new D-Voice that Cardi is using sounds like Slob, sounds like Future.
She even like a motherfucker, I don't even fucking no more. I see what she trying to do, got shit on my mind. Spin that shit from the bravest, look at my house.
And a snippet this year will get leaked of a song that Cardi did make in 2026, and again man, it wouldn't get the best feedback.
Oh, you mad cause we styling on you niggas shit.
I'm still seeing a lot of fans fuck with this new deep voice, but it is definitely very, very split, with majority of Cardi fans wanting Cardi to switch it up. And it's obviously I can appreciate that Cardi.
There's nothing wrong with the industry sort of borrowing each other's flows. We don't have a problem with that. So we can't expect 100% originality from any artist, so it's weird that y'all are going to be hating on this when once it comes out and once it drops, everyone's going to then be, Cardi, I love Cardi. You know what I mean? Cardi's #1 toppers. They're all going to come out of the woodwork. Cardi's #1 toppers are all going to come out of the woodwork once something official gets released. So all this back talking, flip flop and flippity derpity it up that's going on Reddit right now and on Twitter, y'all niggas need to cut that out, because y'all know that as soon as Cardi drops anything official, y'all are topping him hard. Pause.
Cardi is evolving his deep voice, but again, fans miss Cardi being innovative and being himself, as a lot of fans think of this new deep voice as generic, which is also a reason why iMusic did get mixed opinions. But yeah, man. And speaking of dropping new music, man, in the comments down below, do y'all seriously think that we are gonna get new music from Cardi this year? After Antagonist tour has ended, he hasn't gone mysterious, which is a good sign, bro. He's still posting shit. He's being seen with other rappers, being seen in this V's music video, being seen with Lil Baby, and in his concert in India this month, he did tease new music saying this.
Was it India, Cardi?
But yeah, man, I doubt Baby Boy is gonna drop this year. I mean, Antagonist Leg 2 is this year, so maybe something before then. But yeah, man, I feel like there's just so many new underground artists. For example, Che, Nine Vicious, Osama Son, and fans are for real choosing those artists to listen to over Cardi, bro.
Yeah, but those are all Cardi's sons. So if you're gonna Daddy's away right now. Listen to the sons real quick. But Daddy's coming back. Pause.
It's bro, literally when the Whole Lotta Red Deluxe was supposed to drop, bro, Che dropped on that same day. Cardi fans were like, hey, Cardi, it's okay, bro. We have Che now. Che, Nine, Osama are all influenced by Cardi, also known as Cardi's sons, bro. So, hey, bro, I feel like, Cardi seriously has to prove everyone wrong with this next album. And also, bro, Cardi is, fucking clone, bro. I've been looking at all these pictures that Cardi has been posting recently, and this ain't the Jordan that I know. Recently, Cardi has been posting hella on his Instagram, and everyone is like, yo, Cardi got facial surgery. This ain't Cardi. This is Cardi handsome.
Handsome Squidward's Cardi.
Fucking clone, bro. I've been looking at all these pictures that Cardi has been posting recently, and
I mean, okay, sure.
This ain't the Jordan that I know. Recently, Cardi has been posting hella on his Instagram, and everyone is like, yo, Cardi got facial surgery.
Fans are saying Player Cardi may have been cloned. No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe. Yeah, like I don't know. Y'all niggas take this shit too deep, and it's not that serious.
Surgery, this ain't Cardi, this is like Cardi handsome Squidward, which Uzi, same thing with you, bro. You ain't fucking safe either. I'd say things to expect this year is, honestly, if I had to predict how this era is gonna play out for Cardi, I'd say this year is gonna be a year like 2022 where Cardi aura farms this whole year, drops fit pics, barely any music, if not any music, but his label is gonna seriously take over. Ken, Lone, and Apollo are all dropping albums this year, with Ken potentially dropping his album this summer after his tour in Europe. So hey man, I feel like Opium is gonna seriously take over this year, and it's like, bro, I feel like the hype for Cardi's next album can be a lot bigger. So hopefully this year he is gonna.
It's all going to work out for Cardi, guys. We don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about Cardi. Let's not worry about Cartier. You know what I mean? Let's not worry about him. It's not that serious, guys. It's really not that serious. We're really slamming the content today. Pause. Clavicular. Sure. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, let's get this clavicular content real quick. Shout out to my nigga Clav.
Nerd loser.
Shout out to Clav.
She just licked his face.
That's okay.
You're getting.
Good luck, Jason. You're gonna need it.
Bro.
Go, baby. This one.
Listen, if you're gonna do promo like they do in WWE, you better come correct. Because what on earth was that?
Oh my god.
Click here.
Nobody cares about your money. You're still a chopped ass.
And I'm gonna go all time.
How about you spend that money?
All
on
time.
surgery?
Bro, listen, guys. Let me tell you a secret. All these butt funnels, all these OF girls with their booty funnels and butt money. Any creator you're following on Instagram and you're like, oh, and her link in bio is OF. If you want to find it for free, go to notfans.com. That's NOTFANS fans.com. Or you can go to, what is it? I forgot the second one. Something Cream. Okay? Listen. It's all free. You don't need to pay for that shit.
And I'll refresh it one more time.
Check out the KCIP. Let's see what we made off KPP. All right, let's check it out. Revenue. We made.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good.
Let's see. Wait, what? How do I?
He streamed how many days?
Gotta do right here. Revenue. I did it. Oh, KPP we made.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Fuck. That's fucking crazy. That's absurd, man. That's really crazy. Wow.
That's heavy.
61,000. Amazing. All right, thank you so much. Stop the brain rot fights. So
crazy.
I did. I got the KCI.
Holy fuck. I wonder how much he makes on Twitch. How much you even make on Twitch? Because I make fuck all.
4 p.m.
Show earnings? Okay. Since you guys always want to see the fucking earnings.
Show that bag.
This is the KPP for the month. Clav equals scum of the earth. KCIP's ass. Yeah.
4, 3
Streaming is absolutely
stream,
not working.
Bro.
You fucking pussy. You can literally do 24 hours of absolutely nothing. You're not working. Is like carrying stuff, wearing an actual uniform. You were sitting streaming. A baby could do that, but you're getting paid by any idiot.
Right, bro. But then the person who's complaining is the same person who's not streaming. Bro, just shut up.
Dude, on my entire life, there's no job that's harder than being a streamer. Not one job. Not construction. Like, you don't understand how hard it is to go 10 hours in a row of being an entertainer, okay? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, well.
I'm not even sure. I have to be locked in producing entertaining content for 10 hours. Yep. You're telling me a fucking construction job? You get a lunch break, motherfucker.
And also, you don't have to be on it for 10 hours. You're just there. You can sort of autopilot it, and you're just stacking away, hammering away, pinning away. It's not taxing on the mind. Every single day you're clocking in 12-hour days. It's crazy, bro. So y'all niggas need to stop hating on my nigga. Look at this. 10 hours. 10-hour stream, bro. 10-hour stream. 9-hour, 8-hour stream. 7-hour stream. 4-hour, 5-hour stream. Come on, bro. You niggas are crazy with it. Stop playing. Stop playing, bro. And as you clearly see, the less he streams, the less money he makes. He makes a 4-hour stream, he gets $2,000. He does a 7-hour, $3,500. 6-hour, you know what I mean? 9-hour, 5 Gs. 10-hour, 5. Like, bro, you gotta stream
I can't even go to the bathroom without losing
to
hundreds
get
of
your
viewers.
bag.
Like, people who do construction literally get lunch breaks every like 2 hours. They get government mandated cigarettes. They're smoking cigarettes half the time. They're not even working. You're telling me that a streamer who's literally sitting there grinding is not harder than, like, are you serious? Cheezer does more streams than you? What is this rage bait? That's not a clip farm. You record your, dude, like, you get a lunch break. You literally get a fucking lunch break. You get cigarette breaks every 15 minutes. It's such a joke. Such a fucking joke. I can't even believe that The fucking chat is this retarded. I genuinely can't believe that. Let's see. Get more security. Imagine complaining about being a streamer. You get paid to film yourself, pussy. Dude, this is what I mean, guys. You guys have genuinely no idea how retarded you sound.
Because they're not in the game like that, bro.
Like, streaming is genuinely one of the most difficult things that you could ever do. I can't even fathom how easy it would be to work a regular restaurant normie job after streaming or working in construction. That shit is just brainless. It's easy. That's why any retard could do it. If construction was so hard, then they would pay you more money for it. There's a reason it's a minimum wage job. It's because it's fucking easy.
There you go.
You think if the pay was that bad, like, the job is obviously easy as fuck. All right? Stop being retarded, man. I'm tired of chat kind of, like, the rage bait is just stupid. So dumb. So dumb. I'm telling you. Streaming is very difficult.
Into the interior though. Like, that is actually gorgeous. And it's
How the fuck is she able to afford this? What am I doing wrong that I can't? Why am I not looking at houses right now? Huh? What the fuck? Am I dumb? Am I doing it wrong? Is she on OF?
only 11.
She said only. Bitch, why are you looking at 100 million?
Nick, can you take the gambling deal?
What gambling deal is worth $100 million?
Biggest problem in general is I want to be somewhere close to the beach, but I also want land.
Wait, so she has 1,000 viewers talking about, like, what? How the fuck does this math even add up?
There's a booty funnel.
Lacey's girlfriend? I don't
It's
even know
all
who that
going
is.
to her booty
I know Lacey.
funnel,
I don't even know
man.
who this is.
It's
How is
all
she talking
going
about
to
buying
the
a house
booty
with
funnel,
1,000
dog.
viewers? Is Twitch pay that
I don't
good?
want to be more than 20 minutes away from the beach.
This doesn't make sense at all.
Okay, I feel like for this,
She wants
only
Lacey to
11
buy
million
it?
is good.
Of course.
I feel like that's insane.
Bitch said only? Seriously, what the fuck? What do you mean only? Nigga, what money?
I wish they changed the interior though.
I wish they changed the interior.
That's actually gorgeous. And it's only 11.
Bro, like, I'm done. I'm actually done. Sydney Sweeney could face vandalism charges after climbing the Hollywood sign.
Sick.
What is she climbing with? Is that a
She should
bra?
face charges for being this fucking ugly.
Ooh, exposer.
That's what I'm
What the fuck is that?
most mad about.
What do you,
I
what do you
can't believe that.
Batman? Those nasty, sweaty bra tops?
Just
Ew.
seeing her on my Twitter timeline, that should be considered trespassing. With her sunken in, disgusting, malformed, wretched orbital rim. That should be trespassing, not this. I could give a fuck if she wants to be a nigga. She's ugly.
Good job.
She's ugly. No, you're coping. You guys are all coping. All right? It's because you're gooners. That's a problem. That's genuinely the issue, is that you're all gooners, and you actually don't have sex with real women, so you think that a girl like Sydney Sweeney is hot. You think a girl like this is hot. On God, you're all... Women are permanently banned from attending schools. Hell yeah. That's awesome. It took them that long? That's the fucking Taliban we're talking about. Why did it take that long? Huh? You guys are slacking over there, man. What, are you guys a bunch of feminists?
This is the last video I'm making about this. I'm not lying about my income, and I'm going to show you guys right here, right now.
Bro, you're lying about it. First of all, what was
You
this?
see I'm on Safari. I have my little strapping up, but I'm on the OnlyFans site, and I'm going to hit like that so you can see that I'm on the statistics page right here. Okay? Now, this is the last 30 days.
Oh my god. First of all, like I told you guys, I've seen Sophie Rain's content and I know I did not pay for it, bro. I'm just saying I've seen it and it's fucking so bad, bro. So bad. It's so bad. It's terrible. It's just not. You're not gonna, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know when it gets you too long to get yourself, you know what I mean, fully correct? And you're just, it's terrible, bro. It's not even, I don't like, no one's blowing her back out. It's not good content, bro. It's very low bar.
And I'm going to refresh it so you guys can see.
It's really not that difficult to pull off a stunt like this if you really wanted to.
I'm on a private jet, so it's a little...
Shut up, you fucking ugly bitch. You ugly bitch. All right, I'm on a private jet. You look like a bird from the side. You malformed. Fuck you.
Anyways, I'm going to click here.
Nobody cares about your money. You're still a chopped ass hoe.
And I'm going to go all time.
How can you spend that money
all
on
time.
surgery
And I'll
stop
refresh
being
it
a
one
chopped
more time.
hoe? While you're on Safari, look up, how do I stop being a chopped hoe?
Because I'm not lying about my income.
Somebody in the background making content.
Yeah, you do.
So here it is.
Because you're a fucking attention-seeking.
This is the last video I'm making.
Hey!
I'm not lying about my income, and I'm going to show you
Bro,
guys right
who
here.
is in the
right now.
background
I
doing
fucking hate
those
that.
stupid
It actually,
dances?
it makes me lose my mind.
But
All right,
damn.
Collab chill. Nah, dude, she's a all right. She's a cunt. She's disgusting. All right, I'm done. All right, I'll stand on that. I'll stand on that business. I don't like furs. All right, politics. You know, I could give a fuck, but furs. Oh my god. All right, don't even. Thank God that women are too rich to run shit in this world.
Ugh, listen, guys, man, these OnlyFans girls they're cheesing me right now. I'm getting choked. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm getting angry. You guys are getting me angry right now. Like, y'all are getting me angry, and I don't like to get angry. Okay, I'm not a big fan of it. Y'all are getting me choked right now, dude. Somebody explain to me what's really going on. These OF girls are ruining your brain. These OF girls are ruining your brain, Seth. Okay, we got, let's see. We got Northwest. Okay. Kourtney Kardashian. All right, let's get into it. Into the news. We're in the news segment of our chat right now.
Like, sometimes, like, what am I doing?
Is Kourtney crying like him now?
He is being accused, allegedly, of cheating on Kourtney Kardashian with a woman his daughter's age, which is around 19 years old.
I need someone that can, like, no matter how late we stay up and whatever we do the night before, like, she still wants to get up and go to the gym with me.
Kourtney Kardashian is reportedly spiraling right now, and let's not pretend we don't know why, because Travis Barker is being linked to a 19-year-old. And suddenly that soulmate, forever, obsessed with each other storyline is looking very thin.
Yeah, but there's this whole thing about the Kardashians explaining that the Kardashians are actually, their great ancestor was a witch, and the ability to have, she was looking for money and success, and the only way to have it was that her entire bloodline had to never be able to get into lasting relationships and find the sort of the one. They were always going to be in imperfect relationships, and so this is the history of the Kardashian. Their certain ancestor is a witch, and so this is why all the Kardashians are never able to have stable relationships. They're always sort of going back and forth, and everything is chaotic. It's all in the lineage of being a witch. So they say, I don't know.
Before anyone jumps in with shock, let's be honest, the internet did not gasp. People sighed, people shrugged. Some of y'all literally said, are we surprised? Because a 50-something rock star allegedly stepping out is not some wild plot twist. It's the pattern. This is the same man whose ex warned everyone. The same man who people have been calling a serial cheater for years. The same relationship a lot of you said felt rushed, intense, and love-bombed from the start. And now, here we are. Rumors flying about it.
How y'all niggas gonna attack the male libido and say, yo, the male libido is cheating? Yo, listen, bro. At the end of the day, humans love to complicate things. Oh, we're human. We have minds. Listen, bro, at the end of the day, we're all just animals, bro. We're all just animals. That's it. That's it. Like, we don't
Teenager.
need
Kourtney
headlines
allegedly crashing out behind the
for
scenes, and suddenly all of those comments about a baby doesn't make anyone stay are hitting different. Because this isn't just about the cheating rumors. It's about the fact that a lot of you saw this coming from a mile away. And the question isn't if Travis cheated, it's why anyone thought that this would end differently.
Travis Barker does have a past with cheating on his significant others. So this does not come as a surprise to me personally, but again, we don't know for sure if that's what's happening.
So here's how this whole rumor even started, because of course it didn't come from nowhere. It started with a blind item. And when I say blind item, I mean one of those that's so specific, it barely feels blind. It basically said that a reality star everyone knows is being cheated on by her partner with someone not much older than his daughter. Yeah, that one. And the internet immediately went, oh. And then this comment popped up, and I'm gonna read it exactly how it was written. I don't agree with cheating, but please let it be bad baby. And honestly, a lot of this circles back to something that people have never let go of. Travis Barker allegedly wanted Kim Kardashian first. Yeah, that. And I'm sorry, that alone would have had me packing my bags, because people didn't just make that up. Travis literally wrote in his own book that he thought Kim was hot.
Have you ever hooked up with Travis Barker?
No, I never have. Absolutely. That I do not mind you asking. Okay. I never have. And that really sucks that has gone on. But he dated Paris, and we were all friends, and we'd all like hang out. And when I was with Paris, we'd be on the road and go to like their tour in Amsterdam. And like, so I have been friends with him, but never like in that way, and never hooked up with him.
So when he ended up with Kourtney, a lot of people felt like, okay, this feels adjacent. Same family, same circles. And people have been whispering for years that Kourtney was the closest option that still kept him
Anything I can do to get into the DNA and the bloodline.
around Kim. Uncomfortable? Absolutely. But also not a stretch when you look at the history. And speaking of history, let's talk patterns, because Travis Barker cheating is not some new rumor that popped up for fun. He has openly admitted to infidelity in multiple relationships. In his 2015 memoir, he straight up said he cheated during his marriage to Shayna Moakler, and that he was the problem. Shanna allegedly ended things after finding messages that he was sending back and forth with other women, and not one or two. According to his own book, this was happening with a lot of women within the same year. He also admitted to cheating in his first marriage to Melissa Kennedy. Even his bachelor party story raised eyebrows, because the way it was described made it clear commitment wasn't exactly his strong suit even back then. So when people say he's always been like this, they're not being dramatic. They're reading the receipts he handed us himself. Which brings us back to Kourtney, because something people have always—
So if the man's has always been like this, they say, when people show you their true colors, who are you to sit around and say, you know what? Maybe they're not like this. Maybe they're not, this isn't them. No. Everybody is telling me otherwise. This is not true. They are not like this. This is just a false thing that people are saying. This is not the truth. Why would I go and believe this? This is not true. These are lies. They're spewing lies. Are they? They clearly already told you what this man's was about, and you just said, you know, fuck it. Fuck! Let's just jump right into it. Fuck it. He's with me. He's going to change. He's going to change. People don't change, okay? Only thing that changes are numbers and baby diapers. Those change.
Pointed out is how over the top their relationship feels. The constant PDA, the nonstop touching, the need to always be seen as obsessed with each other, the public reminders of how much they're in love.
Love, 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 love.
Mom, stop making out with Travis, bro. Like, didn't you just have a baby? Don't get another one this quick.
Bro.
Are you giving her a hickey now?
No.
It's a gentle kiss on my neck. And some of you have said this for a while now, that it feels less like happiness and more like insecurity wrapped in matching outfits. And then Reddit got involved. Now, a lot of people aren't just talking about cheating, they're talking about Travis and addiction and how that plays into everything we've been watching. One thread straight up says that they could see Travis cheating and then turning around and gaslighting Courtney about it. And the theories went deeper. People started saying they could picture him blaming it on postpartum changes, saying things like he's struggling to see her that way right now, or framing him as being overwhelmed by her being a mom. And then somehow still positioning himself as the victim in the situation, which if you've watched this family long enough, you know why that theory stuck.
I think because we've all known each other, it does make it easier to blend our families. Like, it's all I could ever want.
Someone said they think that's exactly why she's constantly around him, because she doesn't trust.
Yo. Didn't this the same thing happen with that nigga Scott Disick? I'm just saying. The witch and the ancestral witch theory doesn't seem so crazy now.
And that's why she's mostly seen with Rocky now, instead of rotating time evenly with all of her kids. Another person added that maybe the nonstop talk about breastfeeding and being needed isn't just oversharing. It's a socially acceptable reason to never leave him alone. A way to say, I have to be here without actually saying, I don't trust my husband. And once someone said that, other people could not unsee it. They started comparing how she seems now to how she was when she had Mason, Penelope, and Rain. Back then, she looked like she had space. She had her own rhythm, and now people say she looks...
First of all, y'all niggas on the internet... It's crazy. You know, it's crazy. Y'all niggas on the internet know way too much about other people's lives than what's going on in your own fucking lives, bro. Your own lives are a mess. Instead of being the main character in your own life, y'all niggas are looking to people on the internet to be the main character, which is just absolutely ridiculous and is insane. Why would you look outside of yourself for the answer? The answer is within. What you truly want to do is in here, in your heart of hearts. But yeah, y'all niggas are sitting here just, oh my goodness, bro. It's sad. It's actually very sad. That's the crazy thing about this. It's sadder than most of you want to admit. Oh my God, this is an L on society.
Glued, constantly there, constantly needed.
I always hear the thing too, how kids could grow up with the same.
Yeah, no, stop. I know what you're thinking. Oh, but Seth, you're out here on the internet too, making videos about it. Yeah. But the difference is between me and you is I get fucking paid for it. You just fucking look at other people's lives and you don't make a fucking dollar, bro. I get paid for this shit. You gooners.
Parents and the same household, but they're so different. But it's because they get a different version of you because you're at a different place in your life.
And yeah, someone did push back and say that maybe the older kids just don't need her as much anymore. Fair point, but others were not buying it. They said this feels less like natural change and more like survival mode. One comment even said it...
Shut the fuck up. And also, since I'm already getting paid off this video, I can just leave right now. Right now. Watch me. Watch. Look at that. See that? I can just leave right now. Which brings me to my next point that I wanted to do, actually. Because, you know, I'm streaming right now. We live on stream, and I just got a really good idea for a little TikTok thing, you know? Y'all are going to be out here blaming the male libido. What about the female libido? You out here getting yours. You know what I mean? Because I'm so beautiful. You know? This is how I record my TikTok videos, by the way, guys. He out here getting his. You know what I mean? He out here. Let's figure out how we're gonna do this video real quick. This is how I do my TikTok shit in real time. Check this out. Y'all out here blame me. Oh, fucked it up. All right, let's do this. Listen, ladies. Y'all are out here blaming the male libido. Oh no, he's a cheater, he's cheating. What about the female libido? If he steps out, you step out. We don't gotta keep score. You just do what you gotta do. You see some fine ass nigga moving over there, you say, yo, that nigga mine, get over here. You know what I mean? Get over here. That's how you gotta move. Forget the male libido. Let's focus on the female libido. You see? And that's how we be making fun. That's how we print money, dog. That's how we print money. Like, listen, ladies. Listen, ladies. Y'all are out here blaming them. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all niggas don't understand. Like, I understand the content game. Listen, ladies. Like, y'all are... I understand the content game. I get it. You niggas don't get it. That's the problem with y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all don't get it. Oh my God, what the fuck is going on? What are they? Okay, sure. Y'all don't get it. And that's the problem. Y'all don't understand it. Sorry guys, 1 second. We'll get back to the stream. We gotta post this. Make sure you go hit me up on TikTok. Make sure you hit a nigga up on the talk. That's where we be posting things that illuminate the female mind. We're posting female mind illumination project things over there. We're illuminating the female mind over there, guys. Yeah, my TikTok going brazy, by the way, too, so I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what some of y'all be doing, but the TikTok going brazy right now. I could actually post one more, but I don't really got much to say. I mean, the only thing I could say is that, like, you dating a dumb nigga? You dating a dumb nigga? Your nigga you dating is dumb? You need to get away with a lot more than whatever the fuck he's getting, letting you get, you know what I mean? You need it. Hold on, let me do that again. But you get the gist, right? You guys see it? This is how it works. Look, this is how it's supposed to work. If you dating a dumb nigga, you need to get away with a lot more than that. Serious. See? This is how it's supposed to work. This is how it's supposed to work. If you dating a dumb nigga, you need to get away with a lot more than that. Serious. You see? But I really want y'all to understand that there's no body content here. We don't do that. Okay? I'm a female dating coach. We only speak to females. So, listen, ladies, y'all are out here blaming. Yeah, you see? Listen, ladies, y'all are out on the roof. This is how it's supposed to work. You see? All right, let's get back into the content, guys. That was like a side mission thing, you know? All right, let's keep it in the Kardashians. Let's keep it in the family. Let's keep it in the fam.
Guys, I think my mom's coming. Very tough.
The one area is I do let her express herself, and I do let her do that. I love her for that, and she would do it.
So Northwest got pulled off of Instagram, and even though the page did come back, let's not act like we didn't know what that was. Her account disappeared less than 3 weeks after it launched. 1 minute it was there, and then the next minute it wasn't searchable at all. Outlets confirmed it was suddenly unavailable, and no, a 12-year-old doesn't just wake up and wipe her whole page like that. So naturally, everyone landed on the same conclusion. Kim stepped in and shut it down. And the timing, way too obvious to ignore. Just recently, Kim jumped into North's Instagram Live and cut it off in real time. That clip alone told everyone, okay, the monitoring has officially started. Now, yes, the page is a backup, but that doesn't erase what happened. That looked like a trial run, a reset, and a reminder of who is actually in control, especially with North pulling massive attention online.
You know what's crazy? It's all in line right now with how she's been spending a lot of time with Papa. She's been spending a lot of time with Papa West, doing the shows, doing the music, doing all that. And now Kim wants to come in and step in and say, yo, you're not allowed to do that, yo. You're doing crazy things, you're out of pocket, you. And it's like, no, is she really out of pocket? I don't think so. She's the daughter of Kanye West, okay? Her artistic endeavors and artistic abilities are going to be very high. She's going to do things that most of y'all can never comprehend. So for us to sit here and try to limit her, Kim, you're not limiting anyone. You couldn't limit Ye, okay? Your whole family tried, you couldn't do it.
And Kanye back in the headlines trying to clean up his image. This whole thing does not feel accidental.
And also tell her, don't have my daughter wearing lipstick on TikTok. I don't have it on TikTok at all.
Family,
don't give her prove that. And I said it after it was done without me knowing. And then it happened again.
North is only 12, and that's the part people just cannot move past. Not because she's expressive or creative, nobody's mad at that, but because everything around her feels way too adult. And it all got normalized way too fast. She is rapping about finger piercings and tattoos, and she's talking about money in her lyrics. She's responding to critics like she's been online forever, and she's already dropping music with her dad like it's just another project.
People are like, oh, this blue hair, all of a sudden, or like her fake piercings that she puts up, or her, you know.
Some people online tried to hype it up like it was was bold or iconic, but let's be real, way more people kept saying the same thing.
You know what's crazy about this? If she was a nobody, this would just be normal, bro. This is just a kid entering into being a teenager and wanting to be rebellious. This is nothing crazy, dude. It's just the fact that she's somebody whose family is in the limelight. That's the issue.
On repeat. This just doesn't feel right. Parents were in the comments doing full comparisons, talking about their own 12-year-olds who still need help with homework, still make bracelets, still act like actual kids. And they were genuinely stuck trying to understand how North could possibly be the same age. That disconnect is what really set people off. And now, according to reports, Kim is suddenly laying down rules. She thinks North has been acting too grown, and once the attention and criticism started piling up, she decided Instagram was not safe for her yet. Another source even claimed that some of the posts, the grills, the ice blue hair, the whole look made Kim take a step back and start rethinking things. Now they're pushing this idea that she is super hands-on and protective. And on top of that, they're saying that North's age is the real issue here. She is only 12 and
I love that she's got a whole gang of little shawties with her all repping the same style, bro. It's hilarious.
Did not want her dealing with all the pressure, the comments, and the noise that comes with Instagram just yet. Here's the thing. The Instagram account did come back, by the way. But let's not act confused about who shut it down in the first place, because that was not North suddenly deciding to log off and reflect on life. That was very clearly a parent stepping in and hitting the off switch. And also, can we talk about the fact that the minimum age for Instagram is 13? North is 12. So what are we even doing right now? Plus, this wasn't some hidden page that she made behind anyone's back. Her bio literally says account managed by parents, which means adults were involved from day one. And truth be told, most people already assumed that was Kim running the whole thing. One comment said it straight up. Her account won't be managed by Ye since he is against her being on social. So
there it is. That's good. I mean, children should not be on on Instagram. I'm sorry. Unless you're 18 plus, Instagram should be 18 plus because it is the world's biggest dating site. That's all I gotta say about that.
Only Kim. And that makes sense because the second the page went live, the numbers went crazy. Her very first post pulled in 2.8 million views, which tells you everything you need to know. One comment said it straight up. Anyone following North, who is a 12-year-old child, is a weirdo and a creep. This did not feel like a kid just hopping online to see what happens. It looked planned. And frankly, a lot of this did not shock anyone. People keep saying the same thing, that when you raise a kid like your bestie instead of their parent, this is what happens.
So I think like the one misconception that people might have is like, oh, she's trying to be her bestie and lets her get away with a lot. Like, no.
First of all, this is your mom, bro. Look at this outfit, dude. Look at this outfit. This is your mother, bro. This is your mom. Look at her out. Like, look at your mom. Her tatas are just out, bro. No self-respect, my guy. I'm sorry, but this generation is crazy, fam. Crazy. Cover it up. Cover it up. Cover it up. Cover it up.
Northy actually has a lot of rules.
Which brings us to that most recent Instagram live, because maybe Kim finally saw how bad things were getting and tried to step in. North was live just doing her thing, and then suddenly Kim pops up on camera and shuts it down. No warning, just jumps in and cuts the moment short.
You want to tell them what you did today and how you have to go to bed now?
I'll have to go to bed now. All right.
And for a split second, people were like, okay, maybe she's finally seeing the damage and trying to correct it. But then here is where things get confusing again. Because while Kim is saying North is too young for Instagram and too young for all this pressure, she also decided that North is done with regular school. Kim revealed that North is now being homeschooled, and not in a she needed a quieter environment type of way. This is a fully customized setup focused on things like brand building, music, fashion, hands-on.
W. Major W. This is how kids should be. They should be taught whatever the family business is. This is a W. Come on. What is this thing that keeps popping up here, bro? Influencer has coming after bombing on stage. Louis. Okay, well, the Gordifa sisters or whatever they're called, they're just crazy.
On projects. Her schedule is flexible so she can focus on creative projects, including rapping.
She is homeschooled, and a lot of it is me helping her do a lot of the teachings and the things.
Yeah, but is Kim going to be rapping? What a terrible teacher.
That we do, but we do a lot of realistic courses, things that she's really into. Math, we'll give budgets and we'll go around and we'll get stuff and we'll add it all up and subtract it all, and she has a brand building class.
That's where people started scratching their heads. And then there's the question.
I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with what is Kim Kardashian going to teach her, bro? What is that class going to be about? That's a starfish class. Wild. Okay. Clavicular. The last situation. Oh, that is 5 days ago. All right, let's get into it. Listen, guys, I'm not against it. I'm with it.
Clavicular is someone that needs absolutely no introduction. He's one of the biggest influencers on the internet at the minute, mostly for his unorthodox methods of looks maxing to achieve his perfect Greek physique.
Full-blown addict, sad. My dad said that.
Don't say that right now.
Well, sometimes
There are certain things like bone smashing, hitting yourself with a little ball peen hammer. When it heals, the bone actually hardens, so you become like some kind of Wolverine knockoff. Now, even though I know a lot about Clavicular and the whole looks maxing scene, the only time I talked about him was the video
What is he holding his chest
I made a couple of days ago talking about the alt-right Avengers meeting up. Now, apparently after that...
Is Hart gonna fall out?
Alt-right meetup, there was a little bit of a fallout. There was a lot of people that were banned from certain nightclubs for playing a certain Kanye West song.
And I should have known better. When Clav and Nick said, we want to bring Sneeko, I said 5 times, I don't like him, he's weird. The lesson here is to stick to my morals and avoid pieces of...
And most surprisingly of all, Sneeko, of all of the people in that group, actually watched my video, and he really liked how much I glazed him because he voiced in the Cruelty Squad video.
Hey, W Pyro in the chat. W Pyro, because he has all the incentive right now to snake me like everybody else.
Also, you're probably wondering why I've been holding my left man boob for the majority of this video. This shirt has a naughty word on it, and I've got to wait for the human reviewer to leave and go away so I can show it without getting limited ads. Now, Clavicular has been known for a lot of things, like, for example, running someone over in his Cybertruck that was allegedly a stalker.
I don't know.
Hopefully. Also saying he's not voting for the Republican J.D. Vance because he's subhuman and Gavin Newsom actually mugs him.
J.D. Vance is subhuman and Gavin Newsom mugs.
And he injected his girlfriend's face with fat dissolver on stream. By the way, that is a very dangerous thing to do. You have a lot of muscles in your face. If you put a fat dissolver in muscle, very bad things can happen. Now, Clavicular, like I said, he's incredibly popular right now.
Damn, dude, this thing is not a pharmacist. Why is he doing shit like that?
Especially among like the male looks maxing community. Again, looks maxing is a term to raise your power level on the way that you look. Now, originally the goal was to do it in a natty way, maybe mewing, sticking your tongue at the roof of your mouth for, like 50 minutes a day. And you definitely were taking steroids or peptides on the side, but people didn't really need to know that. It breaks the illusion. But now, because of people like Clavicular and predecessors to him, peptides, steroids, it's a free-for-all. People openly talk about taking them now. If anything, they endorse it. And it's now
Bro, you should never be taking anything anything that you have to inject in your body unless it's like insulin. You shouldn't be doing this stuff. I think the whole entire looks maxing thing has to be the stupidest thing that's ever come into fruition. Because if you're not built like that, you ain't got it like that. I'm sorry. Sure, you can do all the blah 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 all that stuff to make it work, but at the end of the day, you should be focusing on other things that are going to get you where you need to go. And sure, the look maxers will say, no, well, Ceph, hold on, Ceph. When your looks are at the peak maximum, everything else falls into place and you get jobs and this and that. And okay, sure, whatever. I understand. The modern dating market is abysmal. The modern dating market is terrible. I get it. I understand. But there's other things we should be focusing on, okay? We shouldn't be focusing on all peptides and roids and things that we should be injecting in our body. That's dumb, all right? That's dumb. But the modern youth is so empty and is looking for any sort of little minuscule answer that is going to solve all of their problems. And so this is why the idea of look maxing has become so prevalent. Is because the new generation are completely empty inside, and this little droplet of clavicular is the source of their nutrients to grow their little insecure flowers big and tall and a pretty ridiculous.
The point that if you're not shooting trenbolone acetate into your thigh 5 times a day, you're basically going to be left behind. This includes surgeries, prescription and recreational drugs, and like what I talked about before, bone smashing. Apparently there's a new one as well called thumb pulling. Now, Clavicular actually named himself of that because of the clavicle or the collarbones, because in the looks maxing space, having narrow clavicles is considered one of the worst things you can have for your physique. Again, another great example is your wrist. It's usually genetic. You can't really do much about it because it's pretty much just bone. If you're a wrist cell, it's over for you. So what I'm going to do now, because the underpaid human reviewer that probably can't speak English, or the bot that's scanning this video, they're probably left now. So I'm going to take my hand off the shirt to express what it's like to be a wrist cell. It's not great. If you can do this, if you can put like your thumb and your pinky finger or your index finger around your wrist, it's over. You never had a chance. Please read the t-shirt. Also, I do want to say I've started a new channel uploading gaming content. So if you want to check that out, link will be in the description. Now, you'd think with looks maxing, the entire point is to get a girl, because women in the dating space, they're incredibly hard to get hold of, right? Women, they always swipe away from the men. It's actually a lot harder as a guy to date a girl because most apps are sausage fests. But is that the reason to get a girl? No, of course it's not. They're probably all closet gay and they basically just want to mug each other. Like, I'm not joking here. I guarantee you a vast amount of people in the looks maxing community are just closet gay and they don't want to admit it. They're probably more in the closet about their homosexuality than Norman McDonald.
Well, that means you're gay.
Well, I wouldn't say that way.
I've seen a lot of clips on this sort of clavicular and all these guys. I've seen a lot of clips of them, and let me just say, zesty.
When I say that, I'm cheaply closeted.
You're so closeted
that I refuse to say I'm gay.
Right.
Exactly.
Now, again, it's current year. If you're gay, who cares? If you've got New Vegas or Ultra Kill installed on Steam, you don't need to come out to your parents that you're trans. They already know. Don't worry. But it really does seem at the minute with looks maxing, we are running in a real-world utopia rat experiment. There are loads of videos talking about that experiment, but one of the short-form versions is there was a complete societal breakdown. A lot of the rats actually cared more about their appearance than mating, and it basically concluded in total population death. Now, to give some background to Clavicular, his parents were actually bodybuilders, which makes sense as to why he actually got in the game at such an early age. I mean, he started taking testosterone when he was 14, and only 2 weeks after he actually started to lift lift weights properly.
Take me back to 14-year-old Brayden. I have always had the mentality that if something is going to get you to your goals quicker, then why not go for it, right?
Now, he got his start posting on the forum luxmax.org. It sounds like a really old forum, but it's actually relatively new. It came out in the wave of these new forums that were created once Reddit cracked down on certain content. And then by the time he was 16, he was spending around $700 a month on steroids. He'd even talk on the luxmaxing forums about his aversion to social situations, basically like, you know, organizing his daily routine to interact with as few people as possible, which makes me think he was probably this close to being a parasitical viewer. I mean, you can even see here there are posts of him online, like when he was 18, talking about a steroid stack, like a collection of steroids he was using. And around this time, he also started to take an interest in plastic surgery, asking if there were like any videos so he could perform it on himself. Look, I get it. We've all seen the Far Cry 2 healing animations, you know, pulling the nail out, putting the
Bro, you're not going to perform surgery on yourself, dude. I don't stop. I don't like, I understand being delusional, but no. It's not, no, I'm not gonna stop.
fire out, wrapping the bandage. I get it, but in a video game and in real life, doing self-surgery, two very different things, I think. And then while he was at college as well, he actually made a post detailing his plan to perform DIY Botox injections on other students to make money. Now, finding these posts before he got famous, it basically all but confirms that a lot of the things that Clav does, he truly does believe in. Because a lot of people on Kick, they know about the clip farming, they know about...
Yeah, of course. You're not going to do this if you don't believe in it. And that's where you get into that whole thing of delusion. Be as delusional as possible. Listen, hey, it got him here, but it's not something that I would advocate and be like, yo, we should all be doing this. No. There's outliers, okay? Lightning strikes a couple of times and certain people pop off, but you're not going to get struck by lightning. You could spend the rest of your life standing outside trying to do everything it takes to be hit by lightning. It's most likely not going to happen.
The game that they play, that they have to, you know, play a character and everything's fake. And Clav has definitely fell into that a lot recently. I mean, a lot of people have actually called Clavicular out recently for, it seems that his figure has gotten smaller. I mean, he mocked me. Most people mock me any day. But a lot of people have actually said that he's kind of lost his true values now and he's kind of sold out to Kick because, again, he's like, you know, go to the gym or stream instead and then make hundreds of thousands of dollars. So anyway, back to the superhero origin story. He basically ended up being kicked out of college.
I was kicked out of uni for essentially roid maxing.
And then he claims another user basically compiled all of his forum posts and then sent them to his school.
Unfortunately, someone decided to archive all of my posts. I send them all to the public safety at my university.
And then the school checked his room and basically found some of the peptides that he was shooting himself up with. I do like, by the way, how peptides have become the new cope. Like, you can say that you're natty, but you're injecting like 7 different peptides into you every single day.
Oh, bro, I'm so natty, man. Like, all I'm injecting in my thigh is like GHKCU peptide. It's basically copper, bro. Like, it's so natty.
And yes, I know GHKCU is primarily used for elasticity and basically to kind of look younger, which ironically, Tren does the complete opposite. It basically ages you 15 years in 5. I know this video is about Clavicular, but I really do think when I talk about peptides and steroids and stuff like that and how it's basically been normalized now, which again is fine if you want to get bigger, you want to get, you know, it's whatever. But at the same time, I think the rate of men with body dysmorphia has absolutely fucking skyrocketed. I remember there's always a thing with women having body dysmorphia because they're being compared to the Kardashians and their asses are jolted out like a fucking DeviantArt character. But now with men, it's basically, if you're not shooting up gear, you're going to be left behind. And the people that do take gear, my God, man, that stuff ages you. I saw this one video of a guy and he seems really chill, really nice guy, level-headed. And the guy is in his mid-30s. He looks like he's 52.
Fortunately, at 34.
34, man! Okay, I want to just say something here. This is not the bad picture. He looks fine in this picture.
Have my hair. Although if someone could tell my hairline to chill the
34! Dude! Like, you were in such great shape. The best thing is as well, like earlier on in the video, he says he's like a skinny fat 27-year-old. Skinny fat. Look at that. How is that skinny fat? Okay, like there's a bit of work to be done there. That body shape is probably better than 95% of all people on Earth. And I get it, you know, like everyone's getting larger. Parasitical commission, haha. But like, that's a good physique. That's someone that obviously works out a fair bit. Okay, maybe you could cope and say lose a bit of like, you know, body fat and stuff. How is that skinny fat? How have we jumped the shark that much that
Bro. This is crazy right now. We are in a dangerous downfall into something I don't even want to really get into, bro. Because it's so scary. It's so wild to see that society is getting to the point now where men are having body dysmorphia. And I can understand. As with anything, being a human, you're always going to want to compare yourself to whatever is out there or maintaining a certain physique or a certain thing. I get it. That I have a certain obsession with always wanting to maintain abs. That's my little dysmorphia, you know what I mean? So I can understand how the new generation who don't have a hold or some sort of cap on understanding who they are, they're just looking outside. They're living on TikTok, bro. 6 hours a day is the average screen time. That means 8 hours of your day, you're at work. 8 hours of your day, you're sleeping. And then 6 hours of your day, you're on TikTok. Do the math on that, bro. Do the math on that. That's almost 24 hours, right? I think, if I do my math right. 10, listen, I'm not good at math.
is now considered skinny fat in someone's head. Like, I'm sorry, man. If you want to self-improve, totally respect it. You should always be happy in the body you're in. But it does reach a point where it is just like body dysmorphia, and you're making up problems that no one else can see.
Oh, if only people could love themselves. Oh, I'm going to give myself a big hug, yes. Oh, I just love myself. I'm so comfortable in my own body.
But again, I get it. Self-improvement. Go for it. You should never set yourself a ceiling. You should always achieve higher. But again, it reaches a point where you're just obviously self-loathing. And if that's the case, you should probably try and get a second opinion and not just listen to the voices in your head all the time. Now, back to Clavicula when he got kicked out of college for
the voices in my head.
them finding his secret peptide stash. He didn't really seem to mind because he said he's going to use the $250,000 that he would have used for his funds to graduate college, instead spending it on looks maxing. Now, Clavicula didn't immediately rise to the level of fame that he has now. When he first started posting regularly, he was actually a lesser known influencer in the looks maxing world. Now, he started on the looks maxing trend back on TikTok in 2024. And this is the funny thing, Clavicula is not the person to popularize looks maxing. There are loads of people that have done that. I mean, his predecessor, if anything, is a guy called xCephasx. I actually used to follow this guy a little bit. I think he was called like Syrian Psycho or Serbian Psycho. And he basically kept trying to outdo his appearance to look as close to Patrick Bateman as possible. And he did a pretty good job with it. And I do want to say as well, this guy is all about appearance, all about improving yourself to look better, and then they stick him on the King McDonald's high seat. Like, you know, he was absolutely mogging himself in his head. Like, his feet can't even, your stick's not even touching the ground, man. Your stick's not even touching the ground, man. Now, Clavicula actually started his rise to fame as a smaller character in the Marvel Cinematic Cookieverse. So these were a bunch of TikTokers that were associated with Cookie King. And again, like I said in the video talking about Clavicula.
Excuse me? What was that?
Marvel Cinematic Cookieverse. So these were a bunch of TikTokers that were associated with Cookie King. And again...
Excuse me?
Like I said in the video talking about Clavicula before, he started off as a side character, and then he became so popular, he got his own spin-off series and basically became more popular than the main character. Now, Clavicula's reached the point where even mainstream news outlets are trying to cover him. He's being parodied on SNL, like, for example, with Finn Wolfhard on Stranger Things. And the reason why he's rose to so much popularity is because Syrian Psycho, or xCephasx, he had, like, a demeanor around him of, like, respect. You know, like, he was, like, calm, cold, calculating, the same as Patrick Bateman. But Clavicula is basically a bit of a degenerate. And also, more importantly, he streams on Kick, which, again, Kick loves its degenerates. I mean, to be fair, some of the stuff Clavicula's done is absolutely genius. Like, for example, he got regular stream leech Neon, who basically does nothing apart from hang around people more relevant than him. And he basically tried to put, like, I think it was toilet roll or something on Neon's shoulders to make him look like he was bigger. Now, Clavicula has a lot of techniques that you can use to improve your physique. Like, for example, thumb pulling, which...
Thumb pulling. Vantage points, where you lay up different sort of books around the house leading into the bedroom when you get back from the nightclub with the girl to maintain the height. Because as you take off your shoes, you're wearing height-increasing socks. So you don't want the girl to see that you're falling in height. So you lay books around the house so that you can step on these books and lead her and corral her to your bedroom. Any idiot would be like, yo, why the fuck do you have a bunch of books on your ground in your fucking house, you fucking idiot?
Involves using your thumbs to push back on your mouth in order to widen your jaw. There's also bone smashing as well, which is what I talked about, using a hammer to create microfractures that will supposedly heal and give you a bigger jaw. And then at one point, his parents took away his hammer because they realized he was being a complete moron, so he started using a baseball trophy instead. And because of this, he would get numerous bruises and then have to explain to people at work how bone smashing works. But for the normies...
This is an OG bone smash. This is me. Guys, I used to look like this before I went to work every day, and people would always ask me, like, what the f is wrong with you? I was like, I don't know, bone smashing. And I worked with a lot of people who were older, right? So some of the servers there were, you know, literally like 60 plus sometimes, and I would be trying to explain bone smashing to them, and they'd be sitting there looking at me like, what the f is wrong with you, man? But I would still, every single time, I'd show up to work just like this, just after bone smash.
Now, Clavicula believes that, unfortunately, bone smashing is nothing but a myth. It doesn't actually make your jaw more refined. But despite this, before going out, he apparently does it anyway because it makes his jaw look more edged, I guess. I guess it's like sharpening a knife on a whetstone. I don't know. And also, he has a penis pump. That was a joke that they used, a throwaway gag in Austin Powers. I didn't even know that was a real thing until Clavicula actually talked about it.
I was about to hook up with a bitch. I would always sneak off to the bathroom and LARP, but I had to take a piss real quick, and your girth is like 0.5 inches bigger. That's a legit top max right there.
And on top of that as well, he's now looking at getting double jaw surgery, which is a surgery that brings both the upper and lower jaw forward. So instead of being a chinlet like me with this terrible posture, terrible catheter tilt, or whatever the buzzword is, he'll look like this. As you can see, very beneficial. Women will be swooning.
Like, basically make a cut on the lower jaw and then move it forward and apply screws, and same with the upper jaw, and then advance your jaw forward.
The wild thing about this, which is hilarious, is that how calm his demeanor is. He's stealing the aesthetic from the Patrick Bateman of being calm and collected, but it's absolutely ridiculous.
It's like, they actually have to break your jaw. How much is that going to cost? $35,000.
Now, he did say that the surgery is going to cost $35K, but he said, you know, he's fine with it long term. And he's also considering limb lengthening surgery to go from 6'2" to 6'6".
No, he said he's not doing that. There's no, he'll tell you that the ROI isn't there on it.
Why are you spending $100,000 on surgery to go from 6'2" to 6'6"?
That is more about just presence, right? I've always valued presence super, super highly, right? You walk into a room, people notice, right? You're standing in the middle of a club, you're an outlier, right? That to me just because people will come up to me, they'll say, oh, well, 6'2", you know, that's already very tall. But in terms of percentiles, it's only 91st percentile, right? 6'6", we get to 99th.
Now, I don't think I need to explain how height surgery is one of the worst things you can do to your body, mostly because there's a pretty high failure rate of recovery, and a lot of people, they basically won't be able to run again because the amount of pressure. Basically, they'll break your leg. Imagine the femur breaker from SCP. They'll put like a rod in it. I'm guessing it's titanium because that goes well with bone, and it lengthens out the leg, so it'll heal around the rod and basically make the bone slightly longer. Again, you're breaking a very important bone or series of bones in your body, so your body's going to really cope to fully recover from that. That's why I said earlier, a lot of people, they'll be able to walk after a couple of months, but they'll probably never be at the athletic potential that they were beforehand, especially with running and cardio.
You ain't never coming back from that, bro. I don't care what kind of surgery anybody has, bro. Once you go under the knife and you fuck around with what Jesus Christos gave you, bro, you ain't never coming back from that. Nobody. No one's coming back. You ain't coming back from that. It's a zero. It's a zero, dog. All right, guys. I think we have all the streaming videos of today, right? We got all that shit. We got all that shit. Give me that. I want all of that. You know, we got all that, right? Be straight. Okay. Well, then I guess we can end on this note. Let me just do this. Okay, so let's see. Today's stream was good. A lot of good things happened. We talked a lot about just, I guess, improving. I guess realistically, if we're going to end it on this clavicular one, we just have to sort of get into the mindset of you are enough. Everything that you have sort of become up to this point is enough. You don't need to look for validation outside of yourself. In fact, if you're currently looking for any sort of validation outside of yourself right now, then you have a lot of work to do. And it's not just your fault, because society is built that way. Society is built so that everything outside of you, you deem it to be the answer, when in reality, it's not. Everything that you are going through in your life, everything summing up to this point is enough. You already have the right network. You already have the right friends. You already have the right fitness. You already have the right knowledge. You already have the right amount of money. You already are living in the right place. Every single aspect that makes up your current life situation is the perfect starting point to get to wherever you want to go. You might be down bad. You might be up. Wherever you are on that sort of the totem pole of life, it's perfect for what you want to do. Because a lot of people spend a lot of time trying to figure out what's the answer, what's the thing that's going to give me that push that I need to get to where I want to go. But you already have it. It's already all within you. It's already all inside of you. Pause. You have it. There's no extra knowledge. There's no extra, you know what I mean? Like I locked myself up in a room for 2 months just studying content, studying the right thing that I needed to do business-wise, and then it got to a certain point where it was just diminishing returns. The content I started watching just started getting repetitive. The ideas started getting convoluted. The self-doubt started to creep in because now you have choice paralysis. You already know what you need to do. You already know who you have to become. So this idea of looking to influencers, to looking to, it's not going to solve it. Even the idea of listening to your own parents, they don't know what's best for you. They're on a different frequency. Your parents actually will be the ones that try to cut you off and stop you from being able to do what you need to do because they don't deem it as safe. So if you're looking for an answer to do what you need to have already done, I guess this is the video that you stumbled upon. And I tell you now, with all authority that a guy on the internet can have, you already have what it takes. You already have all the skill sets that you need to do. All you need to do and worry about now is execution. Take it with a grain of salt. Or take the whole thing right to your dome tank. Rom. All right, well, that ends today's chat, guys. Today's stream. That was a good stream. That was an hour 42. One of my longer streams on YouTube, so shout out to me. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one, and yeah, let's keep it going. That was a bad stream. Hey, that wasn't a bad stream. Hey. You know, that wasn't a bad stream. I gotta say so myself.